In the next 10 minutes, we will hear from Vorwerk how they were running their data-driven manufacturing journey and learn about the benefits they created. Now, Vorwerk, as Christina was sharing, is a very well-known, recognized brand. But Björn, can you share a little bit and give us an overview about Vorwerk's business and global operations to start with?
Yes, thank you, Ralf. Thank you, Tobias, for the invitation. I am from the company Vorwerk Engineering, Vorwerk Elektrowerke. We are developing and producing premium household appliances, like, as Christine and you said, the Thermomix, the vacuum cleaner. We also can see it here in the background. We have production factories in Germany, in France, and in China. And yes, that is what is mainly our daily business.
Wonderful.
So you operate with major complexity and have a lot of complexity in the manufacturing processes. Prior to our engagement and the journey that you've been on, what were the major challenges that you've seen and that you wanted to address with the digital transformation?
The key issues and also the topics we have, as I said, in our production factories, especially in Germany and in France, is that we operate highly complex production areas. First one is the injection molding. We have the motor production, the motor assembly and C departments, but also the final assembly with a high complexity of final inspection. And that were our key issues, that these areas must really operate efficiently, productive, and with the highest quality we can achieve.
So that sounds like an impressive journey. But as we know, it's all about the outcomes, Björn.
Correct.
So can you share a little bit maybe about KPIs, business impact, what you actually achieved in this transformation you were going through as a company?
Yeah, we also brought some figures. As you can see it here on the slide, when we dealt with you as a strong partner in the last 5 years, we were able to establish this IT/OT digital backbone, how we call it. And currently we are operating with 150 users in 4 different factories, running 12 edge devices, also from the OT layer to the IT layer, to get there to gather all the data. We have around 7,500 data points, which are caught every 15 seconds to have everything in our system. Around 500 machines we are currently having connected in our factories, and that mainly leads us also to the improvement of especially OEE improvements, which could be around 3 to 5%, but also to share this information to our customers in the shop floor, in our digital shop floor, to really have the data visible to all of our customers in the shop floor is a very key fact in order to improve performance, output, and to get really the best quality.
Wonderful.
I love how you frame it around that digital backbone. I think that's a powerful story. And it's something that we've been promoting, obviously, with our portfolio. I love what you said also to me beforehand, where you talked about the flexibility that you gain from both deploying Mendix and Industrial Edge and see that together in a combination. So how does low-code actually allow you to adapt faster and improve the user experience for the shop floor operators?
Yeah, in the background, you see our OT/IT stack and Mendix. We decided to go with Mendix in the area of the edge layer to deploy apps there, but also in the cloud or in Insight Hub. When we are dealing with shop floor people, we need really easy to use and easy to understand visual experience, the user experience, and this is what we are dealing with to deploy these applications on Edge, mostly running on Insight Hub and in the Mendix cloud. This is our target. We have internal knowledge to build these applications, to get the user feedback, but also to get the requirements from the people, because mainly we are driving also with this topic process improvements, to really to really understand in kind of process workshop or value stream workshop, what are your key pain points and how can we optimize with a small solution, which is also very, very highly interconnected with our backbone, with MQTT and with also the REST layer which we are using.
And now that it's integrated with Opcenter, it allows you to even grow further than that. Yeah.
Correct. So it's Edge, Opcenter, and Insight Hub. So also in the newest version, we have that also the UIs and the apps we deploy for the Opcenter operators are directly interacting and slightly have a different user experience in the Opcenter layer. Correct.
Yeah. Perfect.
Wow, that's very impressive. You came a long way, Björn, in your digital transformation story. So looking at that, I'm very curious how you see that moving forward. So what are the next big opportunities you see where you can actually leverage the systems, Industrial Edge, Opcenter, Insights Hub, Mendix, to get to the next level? Is it Copilot? Is it AI? Is it for sustainability, quality? What are you up to as next?
You're right. We see it here at the fair at a lot of booths. We also see it here in the slide where I added our ideas, but these are certainly not only our ideas, but that are also strongly aligned with your products and the ideas you already had. And now we can gain and use the benefits to apply these satellites to make proof of concepts to see, do we have a value when we apply now an anomaly detection? Do we have a value when we make a prediction in Insight Hub or a visual inspection with MVTech, for example? So these are all examples which we are currently piloting and also putting into industry. We currently have 3 of these cases also very, very close to production. And for the data evaluation, we already have. So these are our main now next steps for, I would say, the next 6 months to really apply use cases you already thought of here at the fair and also in your products that will be an extension of our currently, we are already running digital backbone.
So with that, I know that you are already actually combining IoT and MES data, meaning you contextualize Opcenter and Insights Hub. And we talk about contextualization here at the fair quite a bit as well. What is the value? Why are you doing it? Why you don't keep the data in the silos? Why are you combining? Where's the context value for you there?
Yeah. So you mentioned the 2 worlds. We have on the one hand side, the execution side, the work order side, where we need to schedule, where we need to plan the quantities, where we need to deliver the products, where we also need to catch all the data regarding the serial number, regarding the traceability we need. But obviously also the IoT world, when we say, okay, we want to be more energy efficient, we also gain data when we are not running a work order. So we definitely need both worlds. So to have contextualized data regarding the operation, but also to have IoT data available for the anomaly detection or either data that are existing but not always in context of an order. So to have really several use cases covered with an operational context or with an IoT context, energy, resource efficiency, for example.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's amazing. And I think you touched a lot on the points we also want to address across the fair here. But you talked about data and AI and the backbone and especially what the journey for AI is. Maybe before we close, one question that I have is, and also to Ralph maybe as a starting point, is there a key lesson that you took away from what we just heard from that journey that you personally want to give? Because there's a lot of things happening in the next 3 to 5 years in the manufacturing space. What is becoming critical out of that journey?
I think Vorwerk and Björn, what you did is a kind of a poster child of a digital transformation journey, because you started to build the foundation first. Sometimes we hear very high expectation. We want to start with AI and Copilot and everything, but you need to build this. You start from connectivity with Industrial Edge. You have Insights Hub. You have Opcenter for the execution and data analytics. You went step by step and build up your expertise. You had the learning curves, and now you're in a position that you can actually apply AI on a broader scale.
Correct, yeah.
And this is something where I want to share it with everybody. Companies who have a similar approach like you have a way higher success rate in their digital transformation and AI adoption than others who was just rush into some specific use case and don't have a real strategy behind it, as you developed it with a more mid and long-term view as well.
And for you?
For me, it would be a quite short answer, I would say. My answer would be that it is a good option to search really strong partners on that way, and to keep on continuous learning. Continuous learning, continuous adoption. I see here at the fair so many new things, but we need to recognize, to understand, and also to apply this, and therefore I see the key fact and the key success.
So to build on that, and if I may also answer that question from my perspective, is one key lesson that I always talk to customers about is think big, but start small and fast. And I think that's perfectly what you build out to say we don't, we think about the big picture, but it's also important to take first steps and take it on. So before we close, one last thing. Maybe people aren't always as fast as you. Maybe they just start where you've been 3 to 5 years ago. What kind of advice would you give to them, Björn? What should they do as a beginning?
As a beginning, I just also see Olaf here. There was one European project. It was called Kickle for Edge. And that was really, I think it's still running or not. It's still running. So that would be a big advice, because then you really learn a lot, and you learn use cases that you can apply also in different universities and partners in the country. And that would be really a good advice to step and to learn really quite quick, step by step, the way into this world.
Great shout out. And if you want to know more about what our portfolio can help with that, you can visit booth number 138 and 139. Thanks for the time. Thanks, Björn, for the amazing story and the amazing products that you're building with a little bit of our help. So
correct. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Björn. Thank you.
From Natura.
Thank
you very much. And Ralf, and for you as well. Also
Thank you.
from Natura, some soap for you to enjoy. Thanks again. Big round of applause for our guest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.